claim that they are double engine, but I would like to point out that it is an empty vessel, a Dabba engine.
இந்த தேர்தலை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழக தலைமையில் அமைக்கப்பட்ட கூட்டணி வெற்றி பெற வேண்டும் என்று மக்கள் முடிவு செய்து விட்டார்.
வண்டி வண்டியா கொண்டாந்து கூட்டுவாங்க. 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000 அப்படிதான் இத்தனை வருஷமா உங்களை ஏமாத்தி இருக்காங்க. அவங்க காதிலே விசில ஊதி அனுப்புங்க.
Stalin versus Palanisamy versus Vijay. What is the Dravidian model? Are Modi and Rahul factors in Tamil Nadu? Who is the front runner? It's the Tamil Nadu Roundtable on India Today.
Ladies and gentlemen, vanakkam and welcome once again to the India Today election roundtable here in Chennai, where we are joined for the big face-off. Two young, or should I say relatively young leaders who represent two very distinct ideologies and two major national parties of the country. So please join me in welcoming K. Annamalai. He is the former president of the Bharatiya Janata Party and one of its rising stars. And Karti Chidambaram, who is a two-time MP now of the Congress Party. Thank you both very much for joining us here. I hope the gloves are off. And keeping in spirit with the gloves being off, let me raise the big question with both of you. The battle for Tamil Nadu. I want you both to tell me who, according to you, is the front runner at the moment and why. Why don't you start, Annamalai?
Thank you, Rajdeep sir, for having both of us here. And thank you for this wonderful conclave. And we are the last figment of the DMK government's 5-year rule. Maybe next 30-35 days, Tamil Nadu will get into the proper election mode. Another 20 more days, 50 days, we will put our vote in the EVM machine. At this point of time, if you ask me, the mood on the ground is very clear for a number of reasons. To see a government in power, there are certain barometers people can see after 4-5 years. In the capital city, you see every day it is a protest site. Either you see doctors protesting, you see nurses protesting, you see government teachers protesting. So you will see that sense of unhappiness across the capital city because people feel in last 4 years their grievances are not met, unheard. If you go to the rural parts of Tamil Nadu, people genuinely are yearning for a change, more in the rural areas. Because 5 years they have seen a government in power, they have seen their poll promises, they have seen the chief minister in action. They've seen the government kind of schemes that has percolated down. So since we travel more, relatively as a politician compared to a normal person, I could sense that feel also that they want a change. And when you see the youth, and Tamil Nadu this time is a fascinating election because you are seeing two contenders, main contenders, the chief minister and the opposition leader, in their 70s, and the voters are, the relative age of the voters around 40s. And this is also a factor where the youngsters are looking at so-called Gen Z. They are also looking at it very differently. So I would feel at this point of time, it is equally poised. The momentum is more towards the NDA, and probably in the next 50 days, we will go ahead and we will be in the winning momentum.
I'll come to the Gen Z factor, but what you are saying is change is in the air.
Yes, absolutely.
Badlav ho raha hai.
Absolutely,
as they would
sir,
say
it is very
in
clear.
the Hindi heartland, they would say badlav or parivartan. You believe this is an election of change?
Election of change, election, the people want a lot of positivity. A lot of negative things are being seen here. Offenses against women. Every single day you open the paper, you see only negative things that is happening. People want to see some kind of a positivity. So people believe a change of government might give them that positivity.
Karti Chidambaram, is change in the air according to you? What do you believe, according to you, is the mood as Tamil Nadu enters election season? Yeah, go ahead. Take this. Yeah, you can take his mic. You may not borrow his ideology, you can borrow his mic.
Nothing much to borrow there, so anyway. See, this is definitely a fascinating election because it's a multi-cornered election. It's not just bipolar. But if you ask me a simple analysis, United India Alliance will pip past the post.
a united India alliance.
Will pip past the post.
You have interestingly used the word united.
I very
Is
clearly
this
said
India alliance united? Because we keep hearing the possibility that the Congress is exploring the option of perhaps going into an alliance with Vijay's TVK, that you don't want to put all your eggs in the DMK basket. MK Stalin came on our roundtable and made it very clear, yes, alliance, no to power sharing. Are you a united alliance? What do I understand by united India alliance?
When I said that if the alliance is united and faces the election together, we will pip past the post. There's no doubt about that. It's a multi-cornered, interesting election. Yes, there have been expectations from our side voiced out, and I know the DMK's position. I also heard the Chief Minister on your stage as well. But those are things which are not deal breakers. Those are things which we can iron out. And now that the DMK has given a date in which they will start negotiations, which is 22nd of February, I think will sort itself out, because we've been together for 20 years, from 2004, 22 years, barring the 2014 election. We have fought every election together. It's only natural that the Congress party and members of the Congress party will raise their voices in terms of their expectations. But we are a practical political party. We will take practical decisions, and I'm sure things will settle down as we start formal negotiations.
But you said you will just pip past the post. That means you are accepting in a way that there is anti-incumbency. 5 years of being in power, according to Annamalai, change is in the air. There is a negativity and people want positivity.
See, there is always anti-incumbency against every government. I don't think any government has got, complete overwhelming support. But this is an interesting election. There is a third factor. And in fact, there is a, Nam Tamilar, if you consider them out, there are 3.5. It's a 3.5 cornered election. So it will be an interesting election. That's why I'm very cautious in my words, but a united India alliance will pip past the post.
Okay, let's look at this third factor. Both of you are smiling, or I don't know, Annamalai takes a little while to smile. But, and you mentioned Gen Z. Is there a Gen Z under 30 voter who hasn't seen Karunanidhi, hasn't seen Jayalalitha, wants to look at change, is perhaps tired of seeing the same old recent faces, and is possibly looking at Vijay? Is Vijay a factor? When today Karti Chidambaram says it's a three-cornered race, do you agree that it's a three-cornered race, that Vijay is also a factor? He's the X factor in a way?
I agree with him, sir, because you can't discount Nam Tamilar, also a party, 8% vote share. So cutting off votes, which segment? But Tamil Nadu is an interesting basket case this time. And more importantly, we are not discounting Vijay as a person. Because you see the average age of voters, 5.41 crore post SIR phase 1. And if you see the age group, they think very differently. And their lifestyle is very different. They look at politics very differently. And the election candidates of major political parties are very old. 7 times, 6 times, 5 times people are standing. So naturally, there is also micro anti-incumbency. It is also not the state level anti-incumbency. There is also micro level constituency wise. So you can't discount Mr. Vijay factor. At the same time, it's a challenge for any new political party. Their first election is always a challenge. You got to get a lot of things in order. But I hope, because we are talking in India today for Prashant Kishore, 3 months before the Bihar polls for the chief minister race, you gave him 23.2% for PK. And when the election day happened, it came down to 6%. I'm not very sure. Things might go any way. But I tend to believe with an organized political party like us, with good election managers around, we can run the election in a far better way. And again, Karti Chidambaram ji, he mentioned a correct word, first past the post, because it's a very complicated election calculating methodology. When you look at a 3.5 or a 4-corner election, and you're looking at the first guy who's crossing the poll. So many constituency, you might see the winning margin, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 votes. A lot of micromanagement, which we believe we are good at. And a new party like Mr. Vijay, he might not have that many election managers to go around. So that factor might tilt the balance towards us.
Karti Chidambaram, do you also believe that Vijay is a serious factor? And would you prefer the Congress being with Vijay than the DMK?
No, we are with the India Alliance. We lead the India Alliance nationally. The DMK is a constituent of the India Alliance. And in Tamil Nadu, the DMK leads the India Alliance, and we are completely and firmly in the India Alliance.
Okay.
But that does not mean that we don't notice other players in the field.
So how do you see Vijay?
See, Vijay is a popular movie star. There's absolutely no doubt about that. he has a fan base, no doubt about that. That fan base can possibly convert into a support base. I agree with that. The support base can become perhaps a vote base. But the vote, will it become seats? I'm doubtful. Because there is a big journey between vote share and conversion into seats. You know, it's just not, is in a first past the post system, you need a campaign, you need candidates. And you know, in Tamil Nadu, there are other factors as well. So unless all that falls into place, to converting a fan base into votes and votes into seats is a little complicated journey, and might not be able to do it in the first time around. And generally, when you talk about younger voters, all over the world, they are dissatisfied with politics as usual. They don't like politics. They don't like political parties, status quo political parties. And political parties are also structures where a young person can't just enter and navigate through. So there is always an angst, distrust, apathy towards established political parties. So there is a lot of enthusiasm for this new political outfit. I don't disagree at all. But whether that enthusiasm itself can actually play this electoral game and come first past the post in enough constituencies is a question mark.
You know, but I met Vijay, and I...
Did you also, like the other channel, just go and take photographs and write a commentary about it?
No, please be very clear. I made it very clear. I met Vijay. One of the issues, I asked him, what are you fighting this election for? He said, Tamil Nadu needs change. I represent change. So I said, what is this change you're going to bring? He said, people are tired of the same old corruption of the national parties and the state parties. They want something different. Would you concede that both alliances, in a way, are burdened by the past? Both of your parties are tainted with serious charges of corruption. Both your alliance and their alliance.
This is something which you can taint and paint all political parties in India. And only a party which has never been in government, which has never held any office, any position, can claim this purity. So, but look at the element of the persons who have joined the party. The biggest catch they've had is a 9-time legislature from the AIADMK. So is he saying that he comes from a completely clean background or an organization which was known for its purity? I mean, then there have been other elements. I mean, there are few names they've celebrated, and I've seen either from the DMK or the AIADMK who have joined them. Can they say that these people who have joined them have passed this purity test?
No, but the issues which you raised, for example, when I tracked you during the 2024 campaign, corruption, dynasty Raj, family rule. Do you believe that those are still valid issues, that this election will be fought in a way that these issues come to the center stage? Because you lost and the DMK swept the Lok Sabha election. So clearly the voters don't seem to worry about family Raj or nepotism or corruption in the way that you were making it a calling card. And interestingly, you have now gone and tied up with the same AIADMK, which you used to call corrupt.
No, sir, I will explain this in a much larger context. For any new political person, political party, the day one, very important day, they say we are clean, we are non-corrupt, and look at the established parties. That is a common argument. Arvind Kejriwal started like that. See where Arvind Kejriwal has ended up. Now, Tamil Nadu elections, you see it's a combination of a political party, organization, combination of the chief ministerial candidate, combination of all the 234 candidates you put. And when you look at the test, you might always, in a party in power for 7, 8, 9 times, you can always pick up individuals, 1, 2, 3. Any party in the world, you can pick up individuals and say, at some point of time, there was a corruption allegation, probably they went to court. It is okay. In a big party, it happens. I'm not saying it is not there, because you can't pass the purity test for all the 100% person in a party. But we have to understand in totality, when you look at ADMK, DMK, the major parties now leading the alliance in Tamil Nadu, when you look at the past history and this election in 2026, if Mr. Vijay wants to play only the corruption card and say, I am clean, please vote for me, I don't think that is going to be a big argument in this election. If Vijay toils in the ground for 5-10 years, possibly mingling among with people, carrying a street protest, getting arrested, along with this cadre, for 10 years, possibly it might have some currency. So I don't think Mr. Vijay's argument will hold water. Answering your second question of dynasty, of course, dynasty is a factor. I'm not saying, sir, I'm on record, I've mentioned for Mr. Stalin multiple times, I'm not calling everybody as a dynast. A person born into a political family, he has got every right to come into election and fight elections. It's a democracy. Everybody has got equal right. When you transfer the ownership of the party, title, deed, everything on day one, Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin, day one CM, a separate governor,
Deputy CM.
deputy CM, on day one MLA, governor called him separately deputy CM. The party runs around that. People have a problem. For Mr. M.K. Stalin, when you want to bring the dynasty allegation against him, probably it might not stick fully for various reasons because 30 years, 35 years, a hard journey. Let us be very practical. I'm not just throwing political punches here and there. But Udhayanidhi Stalin is very clearly a dynast in action. People might not accept it. People think he got everything very quickly sitting in that chair. So this election is going to be a dynast because he's pushing those kind of people around. When Mr. Karti Chidambaram is sitting next to me, I am not leveling allegations against any person born into a political family. It will be unfair also.
Is he a dynast or not?
It will be unfair also.
Is he a dynast?
It will be an unfair also. Because you're born into a political family, fine. You fight elections, you win elections, you take your time, 10, 20-year journey. Probably you get into higher responsibilities sitting in the party. You start making decisions. Making decisions means who will be a district secretary, who will be this, who will be that. So in that factor, I don't want to paint every single person as a dynast. It is unfair in Indian democracy because every election you see, you go to Mumbai Corporation, you see half the people are somebody's children, somebody's thing. I'm not getting into that. But Udhayanidhi Stalin is very clearly a dynast. This election will clearly portray this in the field that they don't want anybody ascending to power very quickly, making decisions, keeping their cronies in mind.
You want to respond to that?
See, I really don't. I mean,
Do you see yourself as a dynast?
I am a dynast because I think my path to politics has been easier than most other people, and I accept that.
Would you have got into politics if you were not your father's son?
As much as it's been easier for me, I've also been targeted because of my father's son. That also comes along with the favors I've got. So let's leave that aside. But you see, this argument of dynastic politics can be made against pretty much every political party. I can make that against their own alliance partners. What is the PMK, Anbumani Ramdas? What is they're flirting with the DMK? What is that party? It's a family private limited political parties. So this is an argument which you can make about pretty much most political parties, barring two or three political parties in India. So I'm really not sure whether this is an argument which will cut ice in a campaign. Yes, perhaps against a certain individual, you can make that into some sort of a campaign line, but that's not going to be the defining factor of this election in any way.
But can I ask you from a national perspective for a moment? In the last election, Congress wins 18 seats, 4.27% of the vote. BJP wins 4 seats, 2.62% of the votes. Would I be right in saying that you all are irrelevant to the larger debate? That the larger debate here is between the choice for the voters of Tamil Nadu is DMK, AIADMK. Congress, BJP just don't matter.
I'll answer that. First and foremost, Tamil Nadu elections are rather presidential. People look at who they want to be chief minister. That plays a very big part in people's voting choices. And party affiliation is very, very strong, and vote transfer also happens seamlessly between alliance parties.
So are you saying this election is Stalin versus Palanisamy?
It will be essentially that, but with Vijay also. I mean, and the narrative will Vijay will be
presidential.
Presidential. It will also be with Vijay. But yes, the Congress and the BJP are not the main political parties in Tamil Nadu, but there is a sheen, a flavor which national parties add when they are part of an alliance. For example, the Congress party clearly adds the secular sheen. An alliance with the Congress party assures that this is a secular alliance. Then the party with the BJP will argue about this. Oh, we'll have better relationship with the central government and things. There is some value add with the national parties, but the BJP is a bit of a drag in Tamil Nadu because the BJP's brand of politics, the Hindutva politics, is not necessarily appreciated by the people on the ground. Particularly if you go to rural areas, I know he travels to the rural areas, the buy-in into the BJP is rather low in Tamil Nadu, but national parties add some value when they're part of an alliance.
He's making an important point. He's saying the BJP is a drag on the regional parties of Tamil Nadu. Hindutva politics is still not accepted by the people of Tamil Nadu.
Questions, so we understand. It's when you have two chief ministers face, it is essentially a political race that is run by them. And in a major alliance, we can only play the supporting role. So it will be very unfair to say Congress this and BJP that. Look at the number of MLAs. And Congress is a different case. Because if you look at Congress as a party, and this is always their state. It is always a state that favored Congress for a long time. Till the disastrous 1971 elections where Congress party decided not to contest. In an assembly election, they said we are not contesting, where Congress party became zero. And suddenly you see a state where Congress is supposed to be in power, they lost it. But BJP is a different case. BJP entered the state very late from Jansang. And the initial brand of politics was very different. I agree. I'm not saying that the initial brand of politics was Hindi a bit here and there. Now the party has repositioned itself at multiple times, Vajpayee era, Modi ji era. And every national party, when you enter a tough state like Tamil Nadu, it is not an easy going for you because you're looking at Dravidian stalwarts in power for multiple times. You're taking on them. So I would say BJP right now is a party that serves Tamil interest. It is not that we want to push Hindi. I can sit in this anchoring with you and say my Hindi is broken. And last time I went to Mumbai and spoke, I got into a lot of trouble. You know that with my broken Hindi. So I can only say we don't portray a brand of politics from north which is pushy. We are a party that puts our state interest first. And many a times when there is a disagreement, there's a tungsten project, we all go to Delhi, get the project cancelled and come back. So many a times we have proven to the Tamil Nadu people, if something is detrimental to the interest of Tamils, we always go get it done and people listen to us. So that is why you need national parties in very strong states like Tamil Nadu, because you cannot just run the regional party way. And
no, but you don't accept this binary between Dravida politics and Hindutva politics. And Tamil Nadu has embraced Dravida politics and has rejected the politics of Hindutva.
Sir, if you look at it, what is Dravidian politics? When Chief Minister comes in the morning and says, Dravidian model of government, I'm still waiting for somebody to give me an explanation on what Dravidian model of government.
Social justice, equity, inclusion,
I will explain. When K. Kamaraj Raya, Congress Party Chief Minister, 54 to 63, one of the best governance. Can I name it national governance? 54 to 63, when K. Kamaraj Raya was Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister, 18,000 schools, built dams, pushed agriculture, got a lot of heavy sector industries here. What name can we give it to that? When suddenly they say in 2021, it's a Dravidian model of governance, we are doing it, I'm lost at words to say. If you say it's a Tamil Nadu form of governance, I agree. Because people here are more entrepreneurial, people want to do great things here, cities are growth engines. And for a long time, we have this advantage. If you look at many advantages over the last 40, 50 years, we have this specific advantage in terms of literacy rate. Suddenly, you can't coin a term in 2000, 2005 and 10 and say, Dravidian model of government. I have a problem with that.
You're saying Tamil Nadu model of governance because the Chief Minister says, look, 11% growth rate. We are even higher than Gujarat. Gujarat talks, the Prime Minister talks of a Gujarat model. Please come to Tamil Nadu. Our social indicators are better and our economic indicators
Where was
match
Gujarat
up.
in 1980? Where was Tamil Nadu in 1980? Where was Gujarat in 2000? Where was Tamil Nadu in 2000? Tamil Nadu was always a front runner. When was Tamil Nadu not in the top 3 states of our country? Even 1960 we were in the top 3. 1970 we were in the top 3. Even now we are in the top 3. Suddenly you can't take a peace argument and say, even now we are leading, so we are better than Gujarat, better than UP. It is a unique form of government. Tamil Nadu is always a better state because we had a lot of specific advantages in the state.
Is there a Tamil Nadu model of governance that you're taking to the people? Is there anything like a Dravida model of governance?
It's not my brief to be, explaining the DMK's slogans. It's not. We are in a political alliance and we'll carry forward our
but is there a Tamil Nadu model?
See, the Tamil Nadu is generally an educated state, it's an entrepreneurial state, and with a strong bureaucracy. Yes, and right now it's an attractive destination for investments. A lot of investments are coming because society places such a premium on education. We are going forward. And then there is also the basic services compared to north of India. When I talk to my colleagues, they're all amazed to know that our PHCs are manned by competent doctors and very, very competent nurses. Whereas most of my colleagues in North India think that no nurse will ever go and join for duty in some places in UP and Bihar. So we are different. We've been always socially a little bit more conscious state. And that possibly comes from it's not just a political ethos, it's also a cultural ethos. And that's why we are ahead. But if there is a brand of politics here, of course, it's a forward-looking state in terms of investment. And there is also a large welfareism, which seems to be working here, and which both the political parties, DMK and AIADMK, practice. And that also seems to have a lot of purchase among the people.
Because one of those aspects of welfareism, Annamalai, is women voters. The BJP's been very successful in, particularly in North India, in wooing women voters. We even saw in Bihar in the recent elections, large numbers of women vote for the BJP. Here, on the other hand, the regional parties, both the DMK and AIADMK, claim that they have already offered so much to the women of Tamil Nadu. You look at most of the numbers. Tamil Nadu's women in the workforce, for example, very high numbers across industries. That vote has become very critical. And therefore, the regional parties have been able to embrace welfareism. What Mr. Modi now calls welfareism or the Labhartis in North India was already done in this part of the country 20 years ago. Therefore, the space for the BJP is limited.
It's a very valid point. 1970, 80s, 90s, if you look at the participation of women in workforce here, the child birth rates here, if you look at the death rate of a child before 100 days, before 1 year, Tamil Nadu was always a much better state, a state that was far ahead. And naturally, more empowered because the nature of culture, the way the society is run here, organized. In many places, you come to my part of the Congo area, even in many feasts, it is women who first eat. The men serve, then the men come and eat. It's a very different cultural space here. So naturally, when you have tall leaders like Madam Jayalalitha at different points of time, Dr. MGR at different points of time, and women voters were in big flock voting for AIADMK at multiple points of time. I would say, yes, the Dravidian parties had a big decisive advantage with respect to women voters. At the same time, in the last 12 years, they are also looking at Modi ji as a big factor. And this time, I believe the addition of Modi ji's welfare schemes and the addition of Madam Jayalalitha, Dr. MGR, Edappadi Palanisamji as the former Chief Minister, that combination will push women decisively towards our alliance. I'm very clear about it.
Interesting, yes.
I simply don't agree with that at all. I think the direct cash transfer which the DMK has successfully implemented is a big draw for the women. I know that the ADMK has reacted by saying that they will up it to 2,000, but the DMK has successfully implemented it.
No, but isn't this the politics of freebie? I mean, you're now saying, look, they are going to give 1,500, we'll give 2,000, then you get into the debate. Is it welfareism? Is it freebie? Because look at your fiscal position in your state, for example. You have a huge debt today.
Understand that. Just hear me out. I know that people from this socio-economic background always look down upon this direct cash.
No, I'm not
transfer.
looking down upon.
Hear me out. Please hear me out. I firmly believe that direct cash transfer is much better than any of these complicated schemes which Government of India and Government of Tamil Nadu all announce. Most of the schemes are so complicated, nobody can understand how they're implemented. Collectors are at a loss, people don't understand. I mean, this subsidy for an entrepreneur, if he starts a business, how does he even apply? Banks don't come. Forget all this. If I had a free run, I would actually give a universal basic income to people. I'll tell you why. Direct cash transfer goes into the people's hands. It empowers them. And what do they do with the money? They spend the money in enterprises in 2 or 3 kilometers outside their homes, which actually seeds the local economy. You could perhaps call any economist to do a study and to see what is the benefit of direct cash transfer, particularly to rural areas. That is the only way you will seed the rural economy. As we are moving more and more towards technology and things that, there is nothing in the rural area unless you put this impetus in. If I had a free run, I would actually give much more than 2,000 rupees as a universal basic income to all women in Tamil Nadu, and directly to their bank account. This is not freebies. This is good economics. It seeds the local economy, and the money comes back to the system because they buy products which are all taxed. Which product is not taxed? It comes under GST. The money comes back into the system. So this is good economics. I mean, it's not something unique which the DMK has founded. I think direct cash transfer has happened in other parts of the world. Other governments have done it. But it has been done very efficiently because in this government, and they get credit for that. And there is a lot of goodwill they have got from the women. But women are not gravitating towards Modi. I know Annamalai has to say that. But it's really, Mr. Modi is not a factor in this election.
Mr. Modi is not a factor,
in this election.
You concede that, that while Mr. Modi is the dominant #1 leader of the country, he's not a factor in Tamil Nadu. We look at poll after poll. This is one of the few states where Modi doesn't pull up your party.
Sir, for Modi ji to show up a response of 80% approval rating in Tamil Nadu, it is a combination of many factors. You got to have a very strong local party, very strong local leadership, which can project the national leadership in a big way. If you please poll national leaders, when you poll it, Modi ji will always have a great standing in Tamil Nadu.
No, Rahul Gandhi is above Mr. Modi. This is one of the few states where Rahul Gandhi is actually ahead of Mr. Modi.
Sir. For Rahul Gandhi ji, it is a very sentimental reason, this state. As I mentioned when I spoke in the first I mentioned, this is a Congress kind of state. For a long time, they had a lot of stalwart leaders. In the last 12 years is the time when Modi ji is getting introduced to the state. Modi ji did not have a Gandhi surname for 50 years. In the last 12 years, you have Narendra Modi. People are seeing it. So slowly it's coming up. And with respect to answering his question, sir, it is very important, whether we like it or not. If you look at this time, the economic survey also that was presented in the parliament, where there's some kind of sort of critical comment against the direct cash transfer, but I particularly believe the way to go forward, I completely agree with them, is to have cash vouchers, and people should decide where they want to spend. And you have a 4.5 lakh crore budget in a state where very little you put in a capital expenditure like 35,000, 40,000 crore you put. Half the thing goes into paying interest, goes into paying that. So you should empower women with that. BJP, wherever we are there with our alliance, I can say for certain, even before DMK came to power, even before DMK thought about it, we are giving direct cash transfers across our country. In Maharashtra, it is 2,100 rupee. When our opposition leader, the chief ministerial candidate, Edappadi Palaniswamy ji says, when he comes to power, day one is going to double it to 2,000, people believe. Because wherever NDA is in power, we have done it. In Maharashtra, it is 2,100. You look at all the states we are in power, and you start from Orissa. So when Edappadi Palaniswamy says that women will get 2,000 on day one, it adds credibility to what he says. Because in NDA state, we are giving that. So that will be a big factor.
No, Annamalai ji, with due regard, please give some credit to Jayalalitha. Long before Narendra Modi, Jayalalitha had started many of these welfare schemes. It is almost as if you seem to believe everything starts only and ends with what the BJP has done in its state. In Maharashtra, you did it just before the elections. You knew you were in trouble in the election. Suddenly you remembered the women voters and gave the Ladki Bahin scheme.
Sir, if you want to, you are a Maharashtrian, I know you might not like BJP in many forums.
No, I have not said that. I have not said that.
But
I said that you should give some credit to Jayalalitha, madam. That's all I'm saying.
I respect you as a journalist, sir. That's a different argument. Madam Jayalalitha, I said, when I started only, all the women voters in a big flock coming towards AIADMK party in a big way post Dr. MGR, a big credit to Madam Jayalalitha, with no doubt about that. Organized NGO effort, it is Madam Jayalalitha. Empowering them, Madam Jayalalitha. Very strong law and order. Women felt safe. If at all in any point of time in Tamil Nadu's rule, it is during Madam Jayalalitha. No doubt about that. I'm talking of the present governance. When Edappadi Palaniswamy ji talks about 2,000 rupee, I'm only saying a woman will tend to believe. Because at one end, if you ask Karti Chidambaram ji, very direct. In Tamil Nadu's precarious financial position, can Stalin make it 1,000 to 2,000? If you ask him a very direct, pointed answer, already you are looking at 1.3
crore. Can Edappadi Palaniswamy do 2,000 then? If Stalin can't do 2,000, can Edappadi Palaniswamy do 2,000?
We will find a way to find a way. So we will find a way. In Maharashtra, we found a way. In all states, we found a way.
It's the same numbers, aren't they?
All states, we found a way. When we say, people say you can't do it, it's a precarious financial situation, we will find a way. In Maharashtra, we found a way. In Tamil Nadu, we will find a way.
Sir, in Maharashtra also the fiscal position as a result is not exactly as strong as it should be. The fact is, the moment you start giving these cash transfers, both of you are supporting it. The interesting thing is, both of you are supporting the idea of giving cash transfers.
I'm supporting it for economic reasons too. I'm supporting it very strongly for economic reasons. In fact, I will scrap other programs. See, complicated government programs are useless. I mean, they just are announcements. They never translate into action on the ground. You know, if you actually go and see, this is very complicated. I mean, most people don't understand complicated business government programs. You must scrap a lot of programs. If I had a free run, which I won't, I know that. If I have a free run, I'll only focus on 3 or 4 things, and then direct cash transfer, direct universal basic income. I would call it UBI. I would focus on that. It actually makes a big difference. And just to digress from to differ from what Ms. Annamalai said, see, elections are not won on dead people's legacies. It's not. I mean, it's won and lost on the present and on the future promise. So this myth that women would gravitate towards Jayalalitha has been, I mean, everybody, we don't want to do an analysis of her politics. And I mean, he's himself done very serious analysis of her politics. So I don't want to get into that. Every alliance, if you look at it, will have some uncomfortable truths about the past. And so we don't need to necessarily get into that. But the point is, Edappadi Palaniswamy has never won an election. Let's be very clear about that. He was an accidental chief minister. Every election he has led post that, The AIADMK has lost. They have never won, neither a parliament election or an assembly election. They have not had a winning. He's lost 3 straight elections in a row. He lost in 2019, he lost in 2021, and he lost in 2024. So they have now gone under the stewardship of somebody who's been out 3 times in a row. He's not performed. So this is the track record of that alliance. And I know where he started off with this alliance, and now I know where he's ended up with this alliance. I mean, I don't want to put him in a spot.
No, sir, we have to understand.
No,
When you have the same argument.
Let me put you on the spot, because
not about the spot.
a few years ago, you were going on a yatra attacking both the Dravida parties. Now you are making a distinction and telling this audience we must get back Jayalalitha's legacy. You are attacking both Jayalalitha and Karnataka.
Sir, you have to understand, if politics is very idealistic, I'll be a very happy man sitting outside this room cheering. Politics is not an ideal space. You move an inch, you give an inch back, again you crawl an inch. That's how politics is. That's how all the democratic politics have happened. If you look at a party like DMK, if you look at any assembly election, have they won twice in succession? For Karti Chidambaramji's point, I'm just saying any assembly election where they won twice in succession.
Fight with statistics.
You are looking at.
I never fight with statistics. I never fight with data. I agree.
That
I agree with that.
So you're looking at MGR who won 3 times. You're looking at Jayalalitha who won 2 times. You have to understand, sir. You're looking at Edappadi Palaniswamy ji in 2021 running an anti-incumbency factor, that election. 2024 we were a separate, NDA and AIADMK-led front separate. So let us not take that argument and put into it. So 2026 is going to be Edappadi Palaniswamy ji's election. So you will see in the ground, it has swung very decisively. You will see that.
Okay, you're saying that it swung very decisively. Yes,
Let's be very clear. You know, I've been in politics for 30 years now. 96 is when I got into politics. I meet lots of people. I talk to lots of people. Yes, people have angst against the government. You know, they will quibble. It's natural. I've heard this many a time about every government. But wherever I go, there is no one tells me I want to see Edappadi Palaniswamy as my chief minister. I've not heard that anywhere. They might criticize the present chief minister. They might have fantasies about an actor. They might say lots of things. But I've never heard anybody who's outside the political firmament of the AIADMK bloc who says, I want to see Edappadi Palaniswamy as chief minister. There is no uptick for him.
But you're fighting history. The DMK has never won 2 successive elections.
How can I fight with that? That's a stat. That's a truth. They have never won re-election. But things change. Circumstances change. But this legacy of MGR, Jayalalitha, all that is gone. That nobody even forget it. I mean, I know that Mr. Modi suddenly discovered an MGR song in Malaysia recently. That's fine. But
it is not our song. It is the Malaysian Prime Minister who was playing that song for Modi ji, not the Indian Prime Minister. So is that popular in Malaysia? That MGR is that popular in Malaysia?
I mean, don't tell me there was a little bit of, there was no choreography in that. Anyway, forget it. We don't have to argue about all
No, are you telling me that the Malaysian Prime Minister remembered that there was a Tamil Nadu election taking place 1 month from now in Chennai, so I must play MGR song?
We will put political arguments apart, sir. I respect Karti Chidambaram as a politician. 30 years he said. MGR is a tall leader, sir. Let us respect that legacy. He is a very tall leader, very unique person in Tamil Nadu's political spectrum. And naturally, he will have followers across Malaysia and so many Tamils. So it is not any made-up story where Mahathir Mohamad ji wanted somebody, suddenly they played the song to please Anwar Mohammed, he wanted to play it. No, absolutely not that.
No, but I'm coming back to it where we started, Gen Z. There's a generation out here which has not seen MGR, which has not seen Jayalalitha, which has not seen Karunanidhi, which has not seen Rajiv Gandhi too, which has not seen Indira Gandhi too. The point of the matter is, this is an election. Is this an election therefore, to decide what is Tamil Nadu's future for the next 10 years? And is this Gen Z, therefore, a critical factor in an election? They are the ones who are hankering for change, maybe looking for new choices.
Young people are restless. They are not happy with the existing political parties.
Job creation is a big challenge.
Hear me out. All young people are restless. They are not happy with the existing political parties. All political parties, including the Congress, the BJP, the AIADMK, are all filled with middle-aged men. Okay, it's filled with middle-aged men. You hardly find young people.
You call yourself middle-aged or senior?
I mean, my daughter.
So he has come in a coat suit today. He looks much younger.
I'm a middle-aged in age, but I'm not in thought. So,
have you told this to Rahul Gandhi that most political parties are seen as middle-aged parties?
I say that candidly to everybody. Most political parties are middle-aged men.
Because someone tells me that at 60 in the Congress, you're still youthful.
That is why he gets into trouble in Congress party many a time.
See, the point is, young people are restless. But the alternative being offered to them is not very clear. this actor who seems to have tapped into this latent energy of restlessness is not articulating anything, and he's not meeting people. I see, even you can be unconventional politician, but you can't bypass all organs of politics.
NTR did that, sir. Would you regard NTR in 1983, first day, first show, super hit?
Listen to me, but he formed a political party. He traveled the state, met people. Trump, let's take Trump. He's an unconventional politician, but he's constantly communicating, constantly meeting people. But here we have a politician who's reluctant to meet people. I'm sure you went there, you couldn't take an interview of him. And the other channel, at least you didn't give a commentary of that. I'm thankful for that, because I think that was completely not done. They did it anyway. So while he seems to have some tapping into this latent energy, he doesn't seem to have the tools to tap into it. So as elections comes nearer, established political parties with their structures will definitely, pip past him in a first past the post. And after the first election, if the first election does not work out well, the question mark is, does he have the stamina to run running a political party is far more complicated than running government. Please believe me. The government has got structures. The political party is a voluntary organization. It's very, very difficult to keep a political party together, especially when you're not in government.
This young and restless generation, where I remember when you were on your yatra and in the last election, you were projected as this new young face. Look at Annamalai, IPS officer. He's the one leading the BJP. He's going to transform it. Do you believe that the young are looking for new leaders? You were not able to really achieve that breakthrough. No. At the end of the day, what people are looking for is structures. The advantage that the Dravidian parties, both AIADMK and DMK have, is structures on the ground at the booth level. Elections are won at the booth level, not even in conclaves like this. They will be won at the booth level.
Sir, it is all very micromanaged. You add the sum of 75,000 booths after SIR in Tamil Nadu. It's a summation of all the 75,000 booths, local leaders, caste leaders, social leaders, people you identify in the street. So that summation becomes the CM vote finally. Though I agree it's a presidential form of government, but in a presidential form of election, when you have this kind of a setting where you don't have anybody present, I can't connect to somebody, vote doesn't answer. Also coming to Mr. Vijay, Tamil Nadu, if you look at all the chief ministers who occupied power, it's all bruising battle they came. Look at Anna 1967. They have to go through that battle. If Mr. Vijay post 2026 decides to stay in the ground, fights, visible, every day, active, it's a different ballgame. When we have this conversation 3 years from now, it's a different ballgame. Right now, 50 days to go. Structures in place, micro leaders, micromanagement, all the booths. And
he says he has his fan clubs.
No, you have to understand, sir, fan clubs will make you happy, will cheer for you. But for a fan club to say disciplined, go to house after house, go there, give pamphlets, argue, sit with them, take a voter to a polling booth, get that vote done. I don't think a fan club can never do that. A superstar like Rajinikanth, sir, take that as an example. Did he not have more fan club? I am not pulling Mr. Vijay down. I am only saying it's an X factor. But these are the possible problems against him. Let us not get over enthusiastic for Mr. Vijay.
Okay. As we enter this last stretch, I want to paint various scenarios. The Chief Minister says, I'm going to score a bigger victory than 2021. What if Tamil Nadu for the first time throws up a genuine hung assembly? This is a state which had a minority government only once, 2006. Karti Chidambaram, we are told that there are back channel talks going on between Vijay and the Congress leadership. Do you believe that Vijay would join hands with you post-election? Is that a real possibility? Or do you believe, as you keep saying, that you will just squeak past the post?
I used the word pip.
Pip. You have used the word pip past the post. Most leaders would have said, I'm going to score a big victory. I'm glad that you're being at least relatively honest there by saying you're going to squeeze home. What, according to you, is the best case scenario for the DMK-Congress alliance?
We want a decisive victory. I mean, that's very clear. And
what is the most likely scenario for you?
I can't hazard numbers right now, and it will be unfair for me to hazard numbers unless we know how the formations are happening. There are still some smaller political parties flirting all over the place. So we don't know where they'll all settle. Until the formations are clear, I can't make a guess. But as I said, a united India alliance, as it stands today, will pip past the post. Vijay will get considerable votes. I'm not discounting that at all. Even without a structure, he will surprise most of us, and he won't surprise me, but he will surprise most of you, and he will get considerable votes. But that won't necessarily translate into seats.
Okay. Your likely scenario.
No major Dravidian political party in Tamil Nadu will come on record and say we are sharing power. That cannot happen. We cannot expect them to say also. In 2006, they had a chance. DMK was at 94. Congress was 30 plus. They had a very genuine chance to do a power sharing. They didn't do at that point of time for various reasons. Now, you have to wait for the elections to get over. Look at the numbers. Then you can talk. Right now, AIADMK, as the leading party of our alliance, they will contest more seats naturally. They are the bigger party. And they're confident they will cross a bigger number on their own. And right now, our role is to support them. So I don't want to hazard any numbers. I believe it will be a decisive mandate, but internal share among the political parties, let us wait.
What impact will this Tamil Nadu verdict have, if any at all, on the national scene? Or is Tamil Nadu now so cut off from the rest of the national mainstream that this is a state election which will have zero implications on the power equations in Delhi?
I firmly believe that Indian elections are like tennis sets. One set has no bearing on the other set. So you still start at love all in the next set. So Tamil Nadu elections or any state election will only be bragging rights for a few days for whichever formation. It has no bearing on the national election which will come out in 2020.
No, but that means you will lose one. If you're saying that, what if you lose Tamil Nadu? One more India alliance state will go. The BJP will certainly have bragging rights if they
it's only
are
bragging
part of a
rights.
winning
It's
alliance.
bragging rights, but national elections are different, state elections are different. But the 5 elections which are going now, I mean, the BJP realistically has a chance only in one state. In 4 other states, it will be a non-BJP government, as per my reading at the moment.
Okay. What implications do you believe if the AIADMK alliance does win, as you said at the outset? What implications does it have nationally?
Because I'm looking at 5 states in totality, because Bengal be coming to power for the first time would be a very big emotional moment for a lot of us. I would decisively say we'll come to power in Assam, we'll come to power in Bengal. In Puducherry, we will retain our power. And our larger partner, AIADMK, will come to power in Tamil Nadu, and we will be supporting them. And in Kerala, it is going to be a very complicated election. At this point of time, it is Congress that is ahead, no doubt. How deep the left will fall, that is a question for eminent commentators like you, but BJP is growing fast. I'll not be surprised if BJP makes a decisive impact in Kerala. So I would believe definitely 4, we'll move towards 5.
What is the uniqueness of a Tamil Nadu election? Tell our national viewers, what makes Tamil Nadu elections so distinct and different from elections in any other part?
I think the regional parties here have a very strong influence on the elections here, and the national parties play a very secondary role here.
Is that because they are discredited in the public eye, or because the regional parties are far more connected to the people
It's
of the
because
state?
of the way, the responsiveness of regional parties is far more swifter. People like leadership at their doorstep. They don't like leadership up the mountain.
I want to ask you that. Do you believe, therefore, issues like Hindi, the so-called imposition of Hindi, which the DMK has made a big issue, will that play a role among this whole notion of a Tamil subnationalism versus Delhi's dictatorship? I heard one of the DMK leaders on our show today earlier say, Delhi cannot dictate to Tamil Nadu. Is there a Tamil subnationalism that the BJP in particular is unable to understand, appreciate, reconcile with?
Sir, I am still waiting for our Honorable Chief Minister Stalin ji to show one instance in the last 4.5 years we have imposed Hindi in Tamil Nadu. One instance. One instance. It is the DMK karyakartas who go with the paint dabba, go and paint somewhere and say, I'm rubbing Hindi. Did we impose Hindi? Who imposed Hindi in 1965? Did we do it? We never did it. When Modi ji comes to Tamil Nadu, does he say that I'm a Hindi wala, I'm coming from the Hindi heartland? No. He comes from a proper traditional Tamil attire. I'm saying the right now Congress party, 1965 is a very different Congress party. Right now, if you look at the Congress party, can I say the same thing to Congress party of 2026 to say you are imposing Hindi? Let us be fair, sir. None of the national parties, we impose Hindi. We are very clear. It is a combination of regional aspirations that make up a national party. You got to be very clear for Indian politics to move ahead. And BJP is very clear. That is the way we are going to move forward. None of us do it, and none of us are encouraged to do it. It is this artificial theory. Our Chief Minister every second day talks about Hindi imposition, Hindi imposition. Where are we imposing Hindi? The last 4.5 years, did we impose one Hindi? One instance you quote. It is some LIC clerk will write one letter to somebody in Hindi. Immediately Chief Minister will put that in Twitter to say, see, this LIC clerk is writing in Hindi. How can I go and stop a LIC clerk from not writing in Tamil or Hindi? Or some bank wala, some central bank guy.
This is Tamil subnationalism and
there is
emotional issue to distract from the real problems, the corruption, the charges against the government at the moment.
There are charges against every government.
No, that may be, but this Tamil subnationalism, is it used to simply emotionally drive voters?
The BJP, I have always said, doesn't get Tamil Nadu. I mean, they tried an experiment with Annamalai for a few years, and then now they've given up that experiment too. I mean, it's their call. But the point is, the BJP is not, viewed from what they do in Tamil Nadu, how they behave overall, how they behave, the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, their thrust of Hindi, their thrust of Hindu nationalism, and when they push all that, there is a distaste for that politics here. So the BJP has to overcome.
You mean Tamil Nadu has no time for Hindu-Muslim politics, for example?
Listen to me. We are the most Hindu of all states in India. We have more temples per square kilometer than anybody else. We break more coconuts every single day. Not one single Tamil steps out of the house without going to the puja room, without putting a little vibhuti or kungumam. But our practice of the faith is very different from the narrative of the BJP. I've always said this, and it offends people. The BJP's Hinduism is North Indian, upper caste, Sanskritized and vegetarian. I mean, that doesn't gel well with the Tamil Nadu's practice of the faith. And
I can only say, sir, I can only say being present is the answer. I can't talk about some BJP Karyakata in Uttar Pradesh or Madhya Pradesh. The problem in a national party is you can pick and choose any leader speaking anything in Assam, speaking anything in UP, speaking anything in MP, trying to project to Tamil Nadu. I am only saying, look at who we are. When I say Mumbai is a cosmopolitan city, I still stand by it. I'm not going back on it. It's a cosmopolitan city, sir. I'm only saying the test of politics is the local leadership. Look at us. Look at the leaders who run the party. Some fringe elements here and there. You want to project them into Tamil Nadu politics. We are not answerable for that.
Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I think we've had a fascinating conversation with two young or relatively young leaders who have given us their sense of where Tamil Nadu stands ahead of the big 2026 elections. We've discussed a variety of issues. I thank you both very much for joining us, and I wish you both the very best for the 2026 elections. What's the best way to end, Akshita? What should I be saying in Tamil to thank them?
Nandri, just say Nandri. Mega Nandri.
Nandri. Thank you both. Thank you very much. And next time, I promise, I will be coming in a veshti and not in a suit like Mr. Karti Chidambaram. That I promise you.
Next time you come and have breakfast with me, I'll serve you good chettinad appam and paya.
Yeah, he's already served me an excellent breakfast in the past in Coimbatore. So you better match that. Next time is your chance, and I'll
give you a
come
proper chettinad breakfast in Karaikudi. I'll give you appam, paya, and everything.
I'll come with my veshti and I'll wear the yellow of Chennai Super Kings. That's the way to go about things. Thank you both very much. Give them a very big hand, ladies.
But no
and
whistle for the time being.
At the face-off at the India.
You can wear the yellow shirt, but no whistle for the time being.
Okay. Thank you.